Hi, I'm Justin from Opting Out of Normal. Today I want to talk to you about our 1-year review of our Go Power inverter charger. So about a year ago we installed the IC2000 into our trailer to allow us to boondock more often. So overall, I have to say that the Go Power inverter has worked really well for us. It's been able to help us accomplish our goal of boondocking as often as we can. Some of the reasons why we chose to go with the Go Power when we were originally looking at inverters, the fact that Go Power is the only manufacturer out there that currently makes a unit that has a true 50 amp service pass-through transfer switch. When I say 50 amp pass-through switch, what I'm referring to is the ability to take your power cable from shore power with two 50 amp service hot feeds, a neutral and a ground, and run it through the inverter and have that output come back out and then be wired directly to your circuit panel. Part of our boondocking goals has been to be able to continue our standard way of life, whether we're connected to the pedestal or not. And this inverter has helped us to do that. This inverter has allowed us to run a hairdryer. It allows us to run the microwave, to maintain the charge on our laptops. It does not allow us to run our AC indefinitely. However, it will allow us to start an AC on a small 2000 watt inverter generator. So with the Go Power you can get an optional control panel that allows you to cycle through. If you are not connected to shore power, you can turn on and off the inverter. If you are connected to shore power, it allows you to turn on and off the charger function of the unit. It also has menu items that allows you to regulate and tell the inverter how many amps you can pull off your power source as a maximum. I have a small 2000 watt Champion inverter generator that when I am connected, plugged in to the trailer, I like to dial my amperage setting down to 12 amps. That limits my maximum output out of the generator to just 12 amps so that I'm not overtaxing the motor on the generator, yet I still am able to pull in that much current from the generator before the load assist function kicks in. Shortly after I installed the Go Power inverter into the trailer, I realized that the generator seemed to react to certain circuits as if it was not receiving the assistance from the inverter the way that it should. I started to look at exactly what was happening when these circuits were powered on, and discovered by being able to look at my surge guard panel that displays amperage coming into the trailer, that the Go Power was only reacting to the power flowing into one hot line or one hot wire, so 1/2 of my 50 amp service. So I evaluated the circuits that we would use during boondocking and made sure that the circuits that we wanted to have power on and receive power assist were on hot 1 coming into the trailer. I ended up having to switch in my circuit panel only 2 circuits. I had to switch the hot water heater, the electric side of the hot water heater, and the microwave. So by hooking up the Go Power inverter the way that I did, basically my power comes from my shoreline to my surge guard surge protector, where it's analyzed and allowed to pass through once it's given its blessing. That power line then comes from the surge guard up to my inverter, goes through the inverter, through the 50 amp transfer switch, and then comes back out and goes directly to my circuit panel. So by running my power through the inverter with the 50 amp pass-through, it allows me to supply power to my entire unit without the need of a sub-panel. Now, the biggest drawback that I have found through this whole setup is that the Go Power inverter will only load assist on the main or on hotline number 1. I pretty much took care of that issue by transferring some circuits in my panel, but I wasn't exactly aware at the time that the inverter was not also load assisting on the second line. When we got down here to Wellington, Texas to assist with the production of RV Nomads, we found ourselves hooked to a 20 amp circuit to keep power going to the trailer and allowing us to run an air conditioner. What I discovered was that there was no load assist coming in to make up for any surges of the hotline number 2. So, as an example, we knew we couldn't run both AC units on one 20 amp circuit. That we knew we didn't have the power capability for that. So we were basically shifting priority between the AC units to where we were predominantly at. During the evening, I would turn on the front AC, but I would still keep the fans on at the rear AC in order to circulate the air through the trailer. During the day, I would turn the rear AC on and still continue to keep the front fans on the front AC. What I found was that because the Go Power inverter only provides power assist on one hotline, it also only monitors current going through one hotline. When I was using the rear AC, the remaining amount of power coming into the trailer was limited to 5 amps. However, the inverter was not picking up on that. The inverter was waiting for a load on hotline 1 above the 18 amps before it started to load assist. And that resulted in the circuit breaker tripping because I was pulling more than 20 amps. So I have the two ACs are both turned on right now. The way this panel is wired up, the top number is the rear circuit, or hotline 2. The bottom reading is for hotline 1. So hotline 1 does the forward AC and is all the rest of the circuits that are on my circuit panel that are basically my boondocking circuits. So the inverter control panel allows you to go into the menu and select what your maximum shore power is dialed in at. However, again, it only monitors the one line. Currently, we are dialed in at 30 amps, though we are connected to a 50 amp circuit. So I'm going to turn this down. Now, the front AC is going to be pulling in approximately 14 amps through that front shoreline, or the front hotline 1. I'm going to set our limit to 10 amps. By doing that, we're going to be able to show you what happens to the inverter as it dials in to only accept 10 amps on that front circuit. So you can see that the inverter is now making power. It is pulling power from the batteries to supplement the power needed to power the front AC. So when you look at the Surge Guard RV monitor, the power monitor, you can also see that that one circuit, the hotline 1, is now limited to 10 amps. Now it's showing 9. It'll fluctuate between 9 and 10, but it is limiting the power output through that circuit. By going into the panel again, I can limit it more. Again, there's going to be more of a draw, which you can also see through my trimetric. You can see what kind of current I have coming out of my battery bank. Now I do have solar that is also adding to this, so it's going to make a difference as far as total numbers coming out. But you can also see that my inverter is limiting the power on that one single hot feed. I ended up contacting Go Power, and they pretty much confirmed what I had thought all along, only their owner's manual does not specify anywhere that it is only providing the power on one hot leg for load assist. If you are using your inverter without an external source of power, it will invert and provide power to both 50 amp circuits. However, if you are using the inverter as a power assist to assist a shore power situation, it will only power the one line. And when I called tech support, he actually had to call the engineer and the manufacturer just to confirm. I was told by tech support that they are going to start the process of making the correction in the owner's manual. However, I wanted to make sure that anyone who has the Go Power product is made aware that this could affect your operations. I do not believe that the Go Power product is a bad product. I am, again, happy with the performance of the product. I cannot say that I would not recommend the Go Power product because it is a good product. However, I do believe that people should be aware of its limitations and know that there may have to be some configuration in your circuit panels if you decide not to use a sub-panel. If you found any of this information helpful, please subscribe to my channel. Hit like, it definitely makes a difference. If you have any questions, feel free to hit us up in the comments below. We will help you out the best we can. Again, if you are not confident in your own skills, I highly recommend that you seek out a local expert or a local professional. Be sure to stay tuned for follow-on videos dealing with our solar installation along with others and our travel.